Good morning. I am Padmaja Karanam. I am a retired teacher. I love telling stories to children, and as my experience goes, children learn very quickly the stories. Okay, so I want to, as it is summer holidays. Has your holiday started?
Yeah,
From when?
day before yesterday.
Okay. What about you?
From 23rd.
Yeah, most of the children, summer holidays have already started. So instead of wasting our time, I would like to introduce to some of the books. This is Ice Monster by David Williams. It's a very interesting story. Our students will be reading that book. So along with us, you can also read and enjoy the stories. Okay, let us start with. Today we will be doing the
Chapter 2, Monkey Feet.
Chapter 2, Monkey Feet. Okay, we will be doing Chapter 1 once again because we have already done that. That will be uploaded later on. Okay, so this is our first video, but it is Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Monkey Feet. This main character is Elsie, girl, an orphan. How courageous she is. As you go through this book, you will learn how courageous she is, and from zero, how she along with the main hero of this novel is the Ice Monster. Okay, what is the relation? What is the connection to her and the Ice Monster that lived some 10,000 years ago? So how this orphan is connected, and this story has happened in a Victorian age. Okay, so everything is not like normal how it's happening. What you are seeing nowadays, there are no WhatsApp, there are no cell phone, things are different, but we'll explore that world along with Mahesh.
Dinesh.
Dinesh Mahesh. Yeah.
Dinesh Maheshwar. Ayush.
Ayush. Okay, along with Ayush and Dinesh Mahesh, let us explore. Shall we start?
Yes.
Read.
Chapter 2, Monkey Feet. Elsie loved all the rats and pigeons that would find their way inside the Worley Hall. If she had any food, she would share it with them and tend to any broken wings and legs. In return, they would snuggle up to her, which made her feel less lonely in her heart. Elsie felt a deep connection to these animals, and Mrs. Curdle would call them vermin.
Called vermin to her?
Vermin. To her, they were little creatures all alone in the world just like her.
So in our first chapter, which the introduction will be given later on, Wormley Hall is an orphanage in which Elsie grew up. She was dropped there when she was born. Okay, her mother, whoever it was, could not bring her up. So she was so desperate and poor. She thought that supposed to be. She thought that she'll be taken better care. But for 10 years, her life was a torture there, which will come to it later on. But Elsie used to imagine about her mother, all sorts of things. So, do you remember how she used to imagine?
Yeah.
This time?
She used to tell she was a jungle explorer, a circus person, and also she used to be in a blue whale stomach.
Yeah. And then she was a spy.
She was a spy and she was a circus.
Yeah, she threw the bomb into the Thames River and saved a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, all sorts of things. She used to imagine her mom, used to tell a lot of stories. Okay, now we'll go to the second chapter. In this one, yeah, so she loved all the rats and pigeons, which enter into the orphanage. And if at all she had any food, because they themselves are not, they are only fed with cockroaches, as we read in the first chapter. So if any broken wings and legs of cockroaches are there, she will feed it to them, and they will come to her, snuggle up to her, they'll come close to her. So she feels less lonely. come, the pigeons and other rats and all used to come to her. So she thought that as she's an orphan, these little creatures, they are also orphans alone like her.
Elsie had noticed how the rats got into the orphan by scuttling along a leaky pipe that came down from the ceiling. One thing that set Elsie apart from her fellow orphans was her feet. Elsie didn't have ordinary feet. She had monkey feet. The advantages of having long, thick toes that could grip like fingers was that it made climbing easy peasy. So one night, everyone else was when everyone else was asleep, Elsie scaled up the pipe to see where the rats scrambled in. Just as she had thought, there were small rat-sized holes at the top of the wall.
So you have seen, right, how the rats come from. Usually they come from the sewage pipes. So she found, and she also found that she has got monkey feet, means long, thin one. So she could climb very easily, and she could grip it with fingers and climb. So one night she climbed out over the pipes just like a rat.
After that, every night after candles out, Elsie scaled the pipe using her monkey feet. Once at the top, she would scrap away at the brick work with her fingernails. Night after night, she scraped and scraped, making the hole bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So our Phoebe does the same thing. By the way, you are not met Phoebe, no? Where is Phoebe? Yeah, she's sleeping there. So Phoebe, she she'll come later on. So she would do the same thing. When I take her for walks, she will smell rats and she will just dig into the rat holes and make it bigger and bigger. Yeah, here she is. Okay, we'll show her later on.
Okay. Eventually the hole scratch. Eventually the hole was large enough for Elsie to squeeze in her tiny undrafted body through it. However, she couldn't leave Wormley Hall without saying goodbye to her 25 friends.
You know what happened one day with Phoebe? She did not come with me, okay? She just escaped from the list. So I thought, okay, you go anywhere, and I just came off. Usually she follows me and she comes immediately in the steps. That day she didn't come. Then after that, one of the neighbors from the sea, like Raghu's house, they called me up, Auntie Phoebe's here. Then she came after some time. Her mouth was full reddish, red color mud. She was digging with her feet and the hole was not getting big enough. So she started digging deeper and deeper and deeper, just like how our heroine Elsie did it. Okay, she did that. She would scrape away the brickwork with fingernails only. She scraped, and she made such a big hole where she can squeeze her tiny body. Okay, but she doesn't want to, so she can escape now through that. She's got a chance. You know what happened in the end to her in the last chapter?
No.
What happened? Do you remember? She was telling the stories about her mother. That is our Phoebe. So she was telling stories about her mother, and everybody was enjoying it. So she came and told, if anyone is not sleeping in the night, immediately she will stuff on her old stocking, which is full of pus with her warts, that she will stuff into their mouth. So she stuffed into her, and she took a broom and beat her, and she was screaming like, and even that that muffled her voice was muffled by the stocking. Even then, it could not stop her screamings. Beyond that, it was heard. That much she beat her with a broomstick. So after that, she decided to escape. But she couldn't leave her friends, other orphanage children.
Wake up, she called softly. Little eyes began to appear out of the dark. I'm going to run away tonight. Who's coming with me? Silence. I said, who's coming with me?
I said, who is coming with me?
There were murmurs of, I'm too scared and Curdle will kill us and they will catch us and beat us to death.
Yeah, Curdle is their warden. So they want to escape also, but they're too scared. No? And then so they are afraid that they'll be caught again and beat.
The littlest and littlier of the lot was named Nancy. She looked up to Elsie like she was a big sister. Nancy whispered, "Where are you going?"
Where are you going? That's what children ask. Where are you going?
"I do not know," replied girl. "Anywhere, but here. Please do not forget us. Never. Promise." "I promise," said Elsie. "I'll see you all again one day. I know it."
Yeah. So everybody was scared, and littlest of them was Nancy. Only she told and said that she asked as if she's the bigger sister, "Where are you going?" So then anyway, she told she wants to go somewhere, but she will promise that she won't forget them. Yeah.
I'm going to miss your stories, said another orphan, Flexi. Me too, added
Percival.
Next time I see you, I'll tell the greatest story of all. Good luck, Elsie, said Nancy. You'll always be
Replied
Elsie, patting her chest. The girl gave one last shimmy up the pipe with her monkey feet. She squeezed herself through the hole in the wall, and with one final wiggle, she was gone.
Yeah. So this is escape from the orphanage. Okay. So I will upload one more video about the orphanage, how they lived and all that. It's just an introduction, nothing much. But here we will be seeing about how she escaped. She scratched and she made a hole, and through that she helped rats give her that idea. So she has escaped. Now let us see where she is going to go. Shall we?
Yeah.
And
Okay,
this is our
Phoebe.
This is our Phoebe.
Talked
Who
about
we talked about the girl
who will run for the rats
and
who
who
will run
dig
after
the
rats
hole.
and dig the hole. Yeah. So Phoebe. Yeah. Now we'll start the third chapter. Chapter 3. Chapter 3, Ponk. Who will read first?
I finished it.
Yeah, you can read.
Chapter 3, Pong. Elsie ran and ran and ran as fast as she possibly could. She did not care. Dare look back. She was free but alone, and now she had to find for herself on the streets.
She had to fend for herself. Means she has to take care of herself. She has to support herself.
On the streets of London, even though she had never been outside the orphanage before. The big city was a scary place, especially for little girls. Danger lurked in every corner.
You know what is meant by lurked? Something hidden. Danger is hidden everywhere. Okay. So you can imagine. Do you go out alone on your own?
No.
Do you go out of the compound?
No.
Do you go out of the compound?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes he goes by cycle to buy things for mother. Usually people are so scared just even to go outside the street because we don't know what is out there. Now she's all alone
I go to karate class with my sister.
with your sister, not alone, right? Okay, anyway, we go only to known places. So we don't know how the world is outside. Okay, we are in the safe homes. But she had to, Elsie had to, she had to take care of herself. In the London street, such a big city. So danger is there everywhere. So it is such a scary place. She's such a small girl. She didn't know any other place other than her orphanage. So how she's going to manage, let us see.
Soon enough, though, Elsie taught herself how to steal food from the market stalls. As for her bed, she found an old tin bath to sleep in and used old newspapers as sheets. In her mind, Elsie pretended that it was a grand four-poster bed fit for a queen.
Yeah. So this is much better place. Do you remember her first home was 26 children crammed in a small room that is not even fit for 8 people. It is too small for 8 people. There are 26 people crammed. Then you can imagine how narrow. So for her now she is open streets, whole cities for her. So she imagined herself to be like a queen in a big grand four-poster, though she is sleeping on newspapers, sheets and tin bath to sleep in and stealing food from the market stall. Still it is better than her orphanage.
With no home or family, Elsie was what was known as an urchin. Victorian London was teeming with them.
So there were a lot of children urchins, street urchins they call them. Street urchins is who nobody cares for them. They are on their own, okay, like orphans. Elsie the urchin. So Pong. Elsie had never ever had a proper bath. Maggot baths only make you dirtier. So there is a picture of her. Yeah, this is a picture of Elsie. So before in the orphanage, she was given bath only with maggots. So she never had real water for wash. Never washed hair that looked like a mop. See how her hair looks like a mop, which can be, which we used to clean the floor. And a grubby face, very dirty. Her face is fully covered with soot.
Dirty hands.
And a jumper that was more holes than jumper, meaning she wore a dress with full of holes. Okay, it should really just be called holes. And then two big coat borrowed from a washing line. Someone has dried up one coat from that washing line. She picked it up. Then filthy monkey feet, just like probably like looks like our Phoebe feet, so dirty. No shoes, two small trousers thick with grime.
And dirty
So this
hands.
is Elsie, okay?
And dirty hands.
Yeah, today this will do. We will go for 4th chapter next. Elsie didn't look much like a hero. However, as you'll soon discover, heroes come in all shapes and sizes. So anyone can become a hero. Even this orphanage girl who had no one to take care for her, she became a hero. Let us see how.